had this power supply for about 3 or 4 years now. I did a video on it before, and this is kind of a follow-up where I'm going to go into a bit more detail about the courtesy outlet and also a few tiny niggles that I found with it. I mean, overall I've been really impressed with this. It's been great. It's really small and incredibly hardy construction. But anyway, the tiny nitpicks, one of them is that these controls here, the sag controls that they call them, you just want to check those are rolled to where you want them to be before playing, because they can sometimes kind of go down a bit, and that affects the sound you get out of the pedal. Now, if I was that bothered about this, I could put some blue tack or a bit of tape over the top to hold them in place. Something that would have been incredibly cool would be if they had a feature like the Ibanez Tone Lock feature, but obviously if they included that in this, it would push up the price of the power supply itself, and is pretty unnecessary. The venue you're playing at is a dirty earth. There's not an awful lot you can do about that. There's going to be a bit of buzz or background noise. I don't think that's the pedal's fault. Only other minor thing, I suppose, is that some of these barrel pin cables that came with it, I think about 2 or 3 of them have stopped working now, but considering I've had it for 3 or 4 years, that's a pretty good lifespan, because these aren't the strongest or hardiest of cables. Yeah, on the plus side, talking about things that have moved, the dip switches have not moved at all. They just stay exactly where they are. I've not needed to do anything with them at all. And just to go over the courtesy outlet in a bit more detail, so this for me was one of the main selling points of this unit. So obviously you got your normal power, and then this here is for extra pedals or whatever. So I take this, I think it's a IEC connector, you put it in there, and at the other end what I've got is essentially just like a wall socket. So you can see all that's happening here is I plugged it into here and it's going to that. Now what this means is you can plug a dedicated power supply into it. So for example, the whammy pedal, that power supply I can take and I can just plug it into that. So this means that you can power, things that are AC or that are a weird voltage off this as well. It does mean you're having to bring an extra bit of gear along. You're having to bring the power supply for the unit, if it's an AC or whatever, and this. But the advantage here is that you only need one wall socket, so everything's still getting powered from the pedal power too. So it just means you just need one power outlet to power everything off it. I mean, obviously you could get a power strip with more than one on here if you had like a few pedals that you needed to have an AC adapter for. There are obviously other Voodoo Labs products and different ways of powering your pedals, so if you have a lot of AC units, this one might not suit you. Although carrying around one of these and any power supplies you need is a little bit bulky and takes up a bit more space, probably still takes up less space than if you were to have a power strip that you could plug this into and the adapters as well. So just to clarify, with the outlet you're not powering pedals directly into it, you don't plug them in, you need some sort of extension and then you can power the pedals off of that. Now admittedly this isn't the most exciting bit of gear to buy or to talk about, but this has proved to be a pretty good investment nonetheless. It's served me pretty well so far and I'd highly recommend one. But obviously everyone's kind of needs for power supplies are different, so just do your diligent research and make sure you're getting a product that's right for you.